There's a special, inexplicable magic to a relationship with a Pisces that keeps people coming back, like a spring of life. It's not just a zodiac sign. It's a whole world of emotions, intuition, and mysteries. Why, despite everything, do you continue to seek them out? Why can't you get their image out of your head? In this video, I'll talk about the qualities that keep people coming back to Pisces. And at the end, I'll share a few tips on how to conserve your precious energy and avoid attracting parasites. Let's start with the fact that you feel truly understood when you're around them. Their ability to adapt to your personality traits and accept you without judgment created a feeling of absolute acceptance and safety. It was a rare feeling, a feeling where you could take off all your masks and be yourself. In their presence, the need to pretend or try to live up to someone else's expectations disappeared. They saw the real you and embraced every part of you, both your strengths and your weaknesses. It's this deep, unconditional understanding and this alluring sense of security that keeps you seeking them out. And they're also memorable for their unpredictability. You remember their unpredictability, and it drives you crazy. One day they might text and call you all day long, showering you with attention, and the next, they might disappear without explanation. This game of hot and cold, this emotional roller coaster, creates a strange but powerful addiction. You can't help but wait for their return, and every time, after a month, you hear their casual, "Hi, I missed you," your heart starts pounding. This unpredictability keeps you from getting bored, keeps you constantly on edge, and makes you return again and again for another dose of this exciting chaos. Let's move on. They gave you unconditional forgiveness, and their gentleness and avoidance of arguments meant they were always willing to give you a second chance, and sometimes a third, and even a 10th. It was incredibly attractive, creating a feeling that no matter how wrong you were, you would always be welcomed back. For some, it was a healing balm, and for others, it was the very emotional intensity that kept the relationship on its toes. You sought this bottomless source of compassion, even if you subconsciously understood that it could lead to a repetition of the same destructive scenarios. But it was precisely these strong, sometimes painful emotions that kept you from getting bored in the routine. They also brought a touch of magic into your life. Their boundless penchant for dreaminess and rich imagination made reality sparkle with new, vibrant colors, taking you away from the gray, dull routine of everyday life. With them, the world ceased to be just a collection of facts and obligations. It turned into a canvas full of possibilities, stories, and unexplored emotions. You miss that sense of wonder, their ability to see beauty where others pass by, and the inspiration they provided, transporting you away from the mundane. And most importantly, they listen to you as if every sentence you utter is an important chapter in a great book, not just a fleeting collection of words. This ability of Pisces to become completely immersed in your story, their sincere, genuine interest in every detail and intonation, acts like a powerful narcotic for those who are usually not truly heard. In their eyes, you see yourself reflected, a person whose thoughts and feelings matter. This feeling of unconditional attention and significance is captivating, compelling you to seek out again and again someone who is finally ready to listen not with their ears, but with their whole heart. Moving on, it was possible to be weak around them. Their peaceful nature and sincere reluctance to engage in conflict created a unique space where you could relax, exhale, and not fear judgment. You felt you didn't have to constantly defend yourself or prove yourself. In their presence, you could admit your mistakes, show vulnerability, and simply be human with all your flaws. This safe haven, this permission to be weak, and the acceptance they offered was incredibly enticing. But this trait also had a dark side, their peaceful nature and reluctance to confront, which initially gave you a sense of security, could over time lead you to abuse this weakness. You could feel so relaxed that you stopped developing and taking responsibility for your problems, shifting them onto your Pisces partner. And their inability or unwillingness to engage in conflict deprived you of the opportunity for healthy problem solving, leading to the accumulation of resentments and omissions, which ultimately destroyed the relationship from within. In such a safe haven, you could simply stagnate. And you also want to feel loved again without reason. That's what draws you back most strongly. They love you not for your achievements, status, or appearance, but simply because they accept you unconditionally, wholly. In a world where love often feels like a transaction or a reward for meeting expectations, this just because becomes priceless. This pure love, unconditional and unproven, warms the soul and creates a sense of absolute worth. You seek that unique sense of acceptance that few can give. Now, about their naivety, which made you feel like a protector. This seemingly childish and vulnerable trait awakened in you a desire to shield them from a cruel, cynical world. You wanted to shield them from pain and disappointment, to preserve their purity and faith in the best. You missed this role, the feeling of self-worth and strength that arose when you took it upon yourself to care for them. This dynamic of protector and protected created a special bond and purpose that you now yearn for. And most importantly, no one else can fill the unique void they left behind. A connection with a Pisces is not just a relationship. It is an experience that penetrates deep into your essence and changes you forever. They leave behind a mark that no one else can erase, no matter how hard they try. You subconsciously seek a repetition of that special feeling, that depth and emotional intensity that was unique to them. This yearning for a unique experience compels you to return again and again, mentally and even physically, to the sign of Pisces. Furthermore, they knew how to create an atmosphere of absolute comfort and tranquility around themselves. Being around them was as calm as still water, instantly and beneficially soothing your frayed nervous system and weary soul. In their presence, the noise of the world receded, tension eased, and you could simply be, without fear of judgment or chaos. This ability of Pisces to act as an emotional refuge, an island of safety where you could recharge and find inner peace. This is what you continue to seek and deeply miss. And finally, how Pisces can conserve their precious energy to avoid attracting parasites. Yes, Pisces. People keep coming back to you, your inner light, empathy, and ability to give unconditional love act as a powerful magnet. But the key challenge in your life is learning to filter who comes to sincerely share the warmth and depth of a relationship with you, and who shows up only to drain your remaining vitality and take advantage of your kindness. Your natural self-sacrificing nature often blinds you to the difference between true affection and mere convenience for another person. How to feel boundaries. Listen to your body. If you feel empty, tired, or anxious after interacting with someone, this is a clear sign that your boundaries have been violated. Your intuition is your best radar. Trust it more than words and promises. How to say no without guilt. Remember that no isn't a refusal to help, but a protection of your own resources. You don't have to save everyone. Start small. Refuse a minor request to feel like the world won't collapse. Your well-being is no less important than someone else's. How to distinguish between he came back because he loves you and he came back because it's convenient. Focus on actions, not words. Someone who loves you respects your time, your boundaries, and your interests. Someone who is convenient only shows up when they need something: support, money, emotional resource, and disappears as soon as they get it. True love is cyclical and consistent, not here today, gone tomorrow.